Hello everyone, this is Russian Prince with another Chaos Riders Tournament match cast. This is round of 16 match between Superfeather and Klayton from VM Clan. So, this should be an interesting one. Actually, I'm not sure because I don't know how good Superfeather is, but I know Klayton is a really good player, so we'll see. We will see. As you can see, the map is a bit of a crazy one. Well, actually, it is a really crazy one because we're on Sakura Ridge, one of the most insane maps to play on, basically. So, I'll just go over Klayton's build as fast as I can. He has, looks like a command gen. Up front, we see 4 Yari keys. Looks like they're all vanilla. Shogun Guard Infantry on the left, Shogun Guard Infantry on the right. In the center, looks like 4 white bears with 3 Yari Kachis, Sword Dojo, and Shrine. And of course the Archery Dojo. So plenty of good dojos around on this map. As for Superfeather, who is actually in Han Clan, I did not realize. His general is full gun, it seems, or mostly gun, but he doesn't actually have the level necessary for it. He also has an Armstrong gun. Wait, let me look at Klayton's general. It's also not fully level 10, you know, it's just 8 currently. So there's that. Now for Superfeather, we can see that he actually does have 2 Yari key on the field. Looks like 1 rank 1, 1 rank 2, as well as an Imperial Guard Cav, Saber Cav, Vanilla over there, and let's see, how many red bears? 4 red bears, okay. A white bear, 150 range black bear, I don't like this choice, and 150 range US Marine. Now, I guess he's using them where it can be used better, but still, the terrain is awful for 150 range units on this map. Unless, of course, you can get up here. If you can get up here, this is great for you, of course. But usually that's not going to happen, and look at Superfeather. He's going to give up the Sword Dojo, the Shrine, and potentially the Archery Dojo. Actually, he's not going to give up the Archery Dojo, I would imagine, but he will not have any of these, as you can see. Was this naval bombardment right here? This could be huge. Klayton could lose a lot of men, and indeed he does lose 11 men out of that unit. Wow. I wonder if that was the Armstrong gun. Yeah, it was the Armstrong gun, it seems. Shooting these units, but now I have no idea what it's shooting at because it's not hitting anything. Looks like Klayton does have the Archery Dojo as well, so he did in fact get all 3 dojos, which is huge. Oh, naval bombardment onto Armstrong guns. That's pretty hilarious, but actually it does not kill them. So there's that. Now I'm going to fast forward a little bit because it doesn't seem like things are happening. Doesn't look like anything is happening really. So there's that. Alright. Here comes Klayton. He's gonna push downhill. But he's in the forest, so he's not taking that much damage from all these lines. So this could be a really good engagement for him. As long as... Okay, this unit here is not gonna do great. Because part of it is outside and it's... Yeah, this unit is getting mauled here. And these units are going downhill again. Not really... This is a pretty bad engagement right now. Yeah, this is not good for Klayton, losing these 2 units just like that. And on this side, though, he is getting a better engagement. Here, the engagement for him is not great, but yeah, he just lost massive amounts of units by pushing through this side here. Because he was not really in the forest here, as you can see. And he just got so close before he actually fired, and Superfeather had more units. So this engagement... awful for him. Then he's just gonna lose his Yarikachi. Nicely done by Superfeather here, pulling back his lines so he doesn't get hit. But he's gonna lose his Armstrong guns. However, Saber Cav coming in, but Yariki is just good enough to deal with those. Actually, it might die. We'll see. But no, because he does have the Sword Dojo and the Shrine, so his Yariki should end up winning here quite handily. Klayton needs to send in Cav here. He did actually get a Yariki unit into the Red Bears, which is nice. And he's getting Yarikachis in here, into the lines of Superfeather. So, actually, it's not looking as bad as I initially thought. But he's pushing in here with the Shogun Guard Infantry against this unit. So I'm not sure. US Marines here are gonna deliver a crippling volley to this White Bear. Actually, not as much damage as I thought. Somehow, but nice charge into the Shogun Guard infantry with the Cav. Superfeather pulling out his Yarikis from here. He's gonna try and engage somewhere else. Looks like, yeah, he needs to help this side. And Klayton did have revolvers, which I didn't actually see. The General of Superfeather trying to do as much damage as he can. Klayton might have to engage his general soon as well, at some point. Because the situation, well, actually, he doesn't need to right now, because he's pushing in through this side, because Superfeather was unable to deal with the Yarikachis, even though they were alone for a while. Klayton did support them eventually. Superfeather couldn't get the volleys off on them, but when it comes to the left side, Superfeather's done a pretty good job here. As you can see, he pushed back Klayton, and he's gonna have these units alive. But again, these two units are just so expensive, they're not really worth bringing. Look at them, they didn't get the kills that they needed, so it was a costly victory on this side. In terms of cost efficiency, I wouldn't say it was worth it. And now he just doesn't have enough units left to deal with what Klayton has, especially as now Klayton is moving through the forest smartly, so he's not taking as much damage. And yeah, like, he cannot defeat two Yarikachis and this Shogun Guard infantry. Well, I guess he actually may be able to if we see Klayton moving in piecemeal as he's doing right now. Because these units are ready. This US Marine is doing some strange stuff, though. So the White Bear could get rid of it. And looks like this Black Bear cannot get rid of the Yarikachi before it connects. Or it might. It's going to be close. It might get enough morale. And there we go. It does get the morale. Yariki rear charging the General of Klayton. That is huge. Ooh, that general is going to be in quite the pain right now, but might survive because of the Yariki support. Still, it's going to be close. Now, Superfeather is going to be able to push back this Yarikachi potentially, but this is so huge. This unit could end up winning the game for Klayton. And yeah, indeed, this unit here routed, but still Imperial Guard Cav on the field. So, I mean, if you think about it, if Klayton lost his lines, he would have won this game, but still, this is set up being a pretty close game at the end of the day, which I honestly didn't expect it to be. I just expected Klayton to have a much easier time, considering how in the beginning he was able to take all 3 dojos for free. So that gave him a pretty big advantage. I mean, what? Archery dojo, sword dojo, and shrine? That's massive boost for your army. You get basically the three of the main bonuses that you can get, like such helpful bonuses. Now Klayton, White Bear's doing well, surprisingly. Yarikis, oh well. Superfeather, yeah. Looks like his Black Bear did get 200 kills, but still not worth it. Imperial Guard Cav doing a nice job. Armstrong's not worth it. Honestly, bringing Armstrongs on Sakura Ridge is one of the worst things you can do. Not a great map for them. But, yeah. Anyway, that is game 1. Let's go over to game 2. Game 2 will be on our way soon on Ignora Village. Again, one of the trickier maps in the tournament. Definitely not easy to play on this map. So let's see how people are going to play on it. Or, well, of course, I mean Superfeather and Klayton. But my game that refuses to actually load. Give me a second. There we go. Slow motion time, so I can actually cast the builds, because we do want to know the builds, don't we? Alright. Klayton's got a General's Haramoto. So command gen, as you would expect. Cav-wise, we see 4 Yariki. Looks like 2 rank 2 vanilla and a revolver cav. Pretty standard contingent. I like that myself. Now we see a Royal Marine unit, 150 range, of course. Shogun Guard infantry. How many lines? Well, total of 3 White Bears, I believe, and 2 Black Bears. Huh. Interesting that he has the black bears instead of red bears, but okay. And we see a spear levy as well over here and one over here for a total of 2. Now for Superfeather, we have the gun gen. We see an Imperial Guard cap again, 3 RE key, 1 vanilla, 1 rank 4, and this one here is rank 4 as well. Another RE key rank 4 over there. And only lights, no melee infantry. On the right we see a red bear with 2 white bears. In the center, 2 red bears. And on the left flank, a black bear with a red bear and a Royal Marine unit. So pretty sturdy composition for Superfeather as well. Quite the standard, except this black bear is 150 range. Again, I dislike 150 range bear units. I don't think they're efficient. Just bring a Marine instead. He already brought the Marine, but still. I would have just brought this single Marine and just have more units or better upgraded units instead of this black bear. Doesn't really add too much value to the army of Superfeather. Yeah, the range is nice, but stat-wise, it's pretty horrible for the cost. Anyway, the Imperial Guard Cavalry here is in a bit of trouble. Because if it doesn't pull back now, it may just get shot at by this white bear. So it's definitely not something Klayton Superfeather wants. There we go, it actually happened. In the meantime, there's engagements all over. Royal Marines here, great engagement on Shogun Guard Infantry. Looks like this engagement here is going into Klayton's way since he has black bears. We do have Shrine controlled by Klayton. Workshop also controlled by Klayton, which is huge. Farmhouse will be taken by Superfeather though. So he has a dojo, but still more important dojos are in Klayton's hands, specifically the Shrine. So he's going to take a great engagement here. I'm not sure what this is. He has to push in the Shogun Guard Infantry and not just going with his Royal Marines. This engagement here is continuing though. Blackbear is getting charged, only 13 kills. The Yari keys coming in, destroying them. Revolver cap shooting them from the side. And looks like right now, even the General of Superfeather is engaging here. Superfeather gonna lose his vanilla Yari key. He's gonna defeat the rank 4 Yari key. Don't see that too often. And here, Superfeather is losing the center. But yeah, Klayton here pushed too far with his Royal Marine. Definitely a mistake, as I was pointing out earlier. However, he got a pretty good engagement on the right, especially if he kills this general. And he's got his revolvers munching on these Royal Marines over here. Yeah, his spear levy's not doing too great, but now his white bear should be able to shoot at the red bears, but some crazy stuff is going on. Revolver cav did go down for Klayton, so actually Superfeather is he is stabilizing here. Oh, the Ariki here making a mistake, could have gone straight into the white bear, but now but now this white bear is going to destroy the Yariki here. Like, this Yariki should have gone for this white bear, not for this Shogun Guard Infantry, in my opinion. And now Klayton's getting a nice charge here into this red bear. Superfeather's general is still alive, which is great, but still this is not a great job here with this Royal Marine. I mean, with this Yariki, it should have just gone straight into this unit because it was already going here, and it would have been a better thing to do because it just took so much damage while trying to decide what to do. And now Klayton is actually turned this around here again. He's won the engagement on the left, it appears. His white bears are destroying these white bears actually, and oh, here this is a mistake by Klayton because he cannot win this engagement now. And he makes a mistake here too. 2 units fired upon his white bear, so that's not a good engagement for it as well. But now, if Klayton targets the General of Superfeather, oh, a bit too late. Still though, Superfeather is hanging on. So this is still a pretty close game, as last game was as well. But yeah, the dojo advantage for Klayton is making itself felt. And I believe, yeah, okay, Superfeather decapped the shrine, but I believe you have to fully take it from your opponent to negate his effects because of a bug. I think, but I'm not 100% sure, of course. So, yeah. I don't remember if that was fixed, but that was surely a thing some time ago. I think it was though, but oh well. I mean, it was fixed. Alright, so here comes the general for Klayton. Straight into these white bears. Goodbye, white bears. Klayton has turned it around. Now he's gonna make his white bear face the other way. And he's gonna get some shots off into this Yariki. So, goodbye, Yariki. Over here, this engagement isn't going so well for Klayton, but he's gonna get some shots off. Oh, the spear levy is gone, but now farmhouse is no longer controlled by Superfeather, so he cannot kite at his heart's content. His general is not going to be enough to carry him this game. I mean, say his general was still alive, full men. Klayton didn't have 150 range Marines here. He still probably would have lost this game, so... Yeah, it looks like 2-0 for Klayton right now. Soon going to be... I mean, if it keeps going like this, it's going to be a 3-0. But the game has been... the games have been a bit close, to be honest. Not totally in someone's side. Like, you cannot tell from the very beginning who is winning. I mean, you can say who has the advantage, and it looks like they might be winning, but... Then it gets turned around and around. Okay, so Klayton's got good stats on his revolvers and white bears. Superfeather got plenty of kills on the Royal Marines. They definitely did fine here because they killed Shogunate infantry, guard infantry, and Klayton's Marines as well. Look, only 9 kills on Klayton's Marines. Definitely a waste there, but we should go into game 3. And here we are with game 3 on Usui Pass. Potentially again, more craziness. It's Usui Pass, so it can always be crazy. Super, super crazy. Alright. Going to put it in slow motion and see what we got. Well, command gen for Klayton, as one would expect. Basically, ooh, my game is doing odd things. Back to it. Okay, 40 RE keys in total, all vanilla, 1 revolver cav, good stuff. US Marine, 150 range of course. Shogun Guard infantry. How many red bears now? So at least 2 red bears. Yeah, 2 red bears. Then 3 white bears? Yeah, and black tortoise. 2 black tortoise. Okay. Pretty good build from Klayton. Now for Superfeather, we have the General's Bodyguard with... Well, it's a gun gen. Saber Cav rank 5 of all things. Wow. Then some Yari keys on the field. 4 of them. 2 are rank 3. And 2 are rank... No, 1 is rank 5 and 1 is vanilla. So... This time around, spending a lot more on the cav is Superfeather in terms of upgrades. And more interesting is that he has a US Marine. He has a bunch of lines up front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 red bears, a Kihetai. Who brings a Kihetai? What is this? And we also have Shogitai on the field. 2 of them. 1 is vanilla, 1 is rank 4. Dojo wise, we have the shrine, the farmhouse, and the workshop all the way over there. So it is in Klayton's interest to take... Well, he would really want the workshop just to deal with those Shogitai and the cav of Superfeather much better, but we'll see. I'm going to fast forward it a tad until they both move up. Yeah, that Kihetai is definitely strange. So Naval Environment was popped by Klayton, but he popped it a little bit too far forward. Oh, what? Wow, it actually does hit the Shogitai and doing some damage to them. Pretty important stuff, but it's still not worth for Naval Bombardment, but it does something, you know. Here comes the engagement. Klayton is going to start the cav engagement here. This is not something I agree with, because if Superfeather countercharges, and he doesn't get his Kietai blocked by the Scav, then he's gonna have a really good time here, because his Scav is stronger than Klayton's. Well, looks like he got a worse charge off there. And Superfeather doing a great job here with his Marines, destroying that one red bear. Klayton is not focusing here, so he's gonna lose the unit for free, because he's currently on this side, microing here. So actually broke through pretty efficiently here against one Yariki, but this revolver cap here is engaged. Klayton's revolver cap not doing great, and looks like it's gonna get targeted. And yeah, he's getting out-zerged in this engagement. Revolver cap still getting some damage done, but it's not gonna be worth it. And looks like Klayton is going for a straight up frontal push in the center. Let's get the first shot off, which is surprising, but the Shogitai here is gonna connect. And he's also gonna get shot at from the flank right now. Klayton's got his US Marines here, but looks like they will be... Oh, they do actually get some volleys off before the Yariki actually engages into them. And he gets a nice charge into the Skiatai. But again, Superfeather got his Shogitai into White Bears now, actually. So good job by Klayton pulling back his Shogun Guard infantry. But again, this side, the Marines will not make it out alive against the Shogitai unless they keep killing a lot of them like that. But here you can see this Marine, 175 kills, completely crushed this single Red Bear and Black Tortoise. Looks like now it's gonna go for the farmhouse. Again, Superfeather is taking a... Actually, he's losing this engagement, these engagements, even though he was the one who got the first shot off. Actually, he didn't, at least here. I don't know if he got the first shots here or not, but still. Still, initially this engagement was quite good for Superfeather, at least here. I can say that much because his cav was stronger. And now, looks like Klayton's got his Shogun Guard infantry, finishing off that Shogitai. Very nice. Klayton is shooting down his the Red Bears of Superfeather though here, but they're not gonna go down because Marines are supporting. And yes, Klayton's units, some of them came back, but is beating that US Marine is gonna be hard. He does have his US Marine of his own though, but this is still quite difficult to call. Superfeather seems to have more units and not so many Black Tortoise. Actually, not a single Black Tortoise, so that's good. And there's still an important Saber Cav on the field for Superfeather. If he uses the Saber Cav well, he's gonna get a really nice engagement. As long as he doesn't get shot, you know, but he might actually get shot. Shogitai is pushing forward, which isn't great because this unit is just dead. It's dead meat. Right now. Oh, this is very dangerous for Klayton. His Marine is gonna get flanked right now. But it does get shots off on the Kietai, which is important. This US Marine is ready for Superfeather. Shogitai pushed forward and did nothing here. That was a bit of a waste of that unit. But now Klayton is actually taking down the Kietai, but eventually he's gonna die as well because Kietai firing back. And this Red Bear is getting rid of the US Marine. So Klayton was not supporting his US Marine, which is a huge deal. He's gonna lose it, so this is a very good engagement here for Superfeather. Here comes the Saber Cav for Superfeather as well, and now he should be moving up all of his lines to deliver some insane volleys off. And this should be game right now. Very good moves here by Superfeather at the end of the day, at the end of the game, to grant him the victory. This was a nice charge, but his lines were not really in position, so there's that. But singling out this Marine here was key to his victory, though. Because it didn't even kill the Kietai. It's insane, the Kietai is still alive. That unit, quite funny to see it, because it's not normally a unit that people bring, and it's for a good reason. It's just not that good. But looks like Superfeather is gonna get a game. This does mean that he gets 1 point on the scoreboard. Now it'll be 2-1 only for Klayton, but he still has to win 2 in a row against Klayton, and I find that hard to believe. But if he wins the next game, it could make for an interesting match. It's already been interesting because these games have been quite close. so far. But I still think that Klayton is gonna be able to pull through here. No, not pull through as in abuse the bug, but yes. Alright, Superfeather, his Shogutai did well. US Marines did damage. Klayton, yeah, his US Marines did a lot of work, but again, not as many useful units. So there is that. And again, at the end of the day, they died because they got flanked. They don't have support. So that's game 3. We'll see about game 4 in a minute. Or well, very, very soon. And here we have a battle on Koyasan Temple. I like this map. More so for Shogun 2. But it's quite okay in FOTS as well. Well, if you don't have people camping the dojos, of course. Because that can actually happen on this map. And yeah, just let me go over the setups first as soon as we load into the game. Because it appears that we have not actually loaded in yet. There we go. Now we have loaded, so I can zoom out a little bit. Go over the dojos. We have 2 of them. Archery dojo and the workshop. Very important stuff. Now, what do I mean by camping on this map is, well, you can have one player hanging out over here, taking this dojo. One player hanging out over here, taking this dojo. That's what I mean by camping. And for any of these players, let's say pushing up in here, uphill, into a forest, and you cannot even push up here because this is terrain that you cannot go across, maybe? I'm not sure, but I don't think you can go up here from here. But you have to go kind of around like this because of this terrain right here. This ridge line. I think. I don't remember 100%, but yeah, I don't think you can go up here from here. I haven't played in a long time on this map. So there's that. But yeah, pushing up here, very, very difficult. Because you're pushing uphill into a forest, into basically, you don't know what's going to be there. What will meet you. So the only way to do it would be to come from like, come directly from this angle or something, all the way through the forest. This could work out in your favor. But yeah, obviously your opponent would also know. But still, this would be better than going like straight uphill into a forest. Now, attacking from here, up here is super difficult as well. Because, yeah, you can't really do that. Again, there's these choke points. And if you come in here, again, you're gonna meet the forest. Here there's also a forest, again, a small ridge line here, choke point here, so you can't pass through. So lots of different things, of course, which could be very annoying for one to deal with. But let's just go over the builds, because that's very unlikely for it to happen on this map. But I just showed you what I actually meant with it, of course. But, let us see. Dojos, well, not dojos, but build for Klayton Command Gen. Cav-wise, 1 revolver, 4 Yariki, 2 vanilla, and 2 rank 2. We have enough field. 150 range, Black Bear. I don't like this unit again. No, Klayton, why do you bring it? 150 range Royal Marine. In terms of bears, we do see, I believe it's 3 white bears, if I'm correct. It's at least 3 white bears. But there's lots of weird stuff happening over here. 1, 2, 3. 3 white bears, yeah. And 4 white bears, because there's 1 more here. In terms of red bears, well, we see only 1 on the field. And looks like we also have 2 spear levy. Good decision to use his meat shield. Now for Superfeather, we have his gun gen, 155 range. No gun bate yet because it's not ranked high enough. Cav-wise, it's kind of hard to tell, but we see the Revolver Cav right now and 2 Yariki. One rank 2, one rank 4. A white bear with the red bear on the right flank. In the center, we have these 2 red bears with the Royal Marine. Make that 3 red bears. Shogutai with a spear levy. The red bear on the left flank. Looks like Klayton might try and dismount, but if he sees this unit, he might just try against it. Now here comes the engagement here. Superfeather got the first shot, but naval environment coming down, so Klayton is gonna push him away, and he gets the far better volley off here. Look at that red bear, 130 men compared to 144 on this red bear. So very good engagement for Klayton here. Now he may have an issue. It's that there's this Royal Marine here. Did, however, get a volley off. I don't know why he's targeting this unit instead of shooting the Royal Marine, because killing the Royal Marine would be far more efficient. And he's getting a very good engagement here against Superfeather's Red Bears. If this unit pushes forward, it's dead, and it might just lose so many men. Look, that unit is again getting shot down. White Bear pushing through the forest. So pushing through the forest is a great way to deal with 150 range units, because in the forest you will not take that much damage. Looks like Superfeather is pushing in through here, but he doesn't have... He's not going to get that great of an engagement because the suppression fire was popped. Shogutai is moving in frontally. There's already a spear levy to stop them from charging through. And look at this rear charge into the white bear of Klayton. That is massive. That's quite important, but now, yeah, this unit is gone. So that's a good engagement for Superfeather. But Superfeather is going to have a rough time here because, yeah, his Shogutai got blocked by the spear levy. And now Klayton's got the Royal Marines pouring fire onto these 2 units here. These guys are in a lot of trouble because they're blobbed. So they will take the shots together and die together as brother units. But yeah, Superfeather is pushing through on this flank, so this is really good for him. But Klayton's got... Right now, he's got the better engagement, I would argue. This side has been going quite well for him. And yeah, not much damage was dealt to Superfeather's Marines. But Klayton has 2 150s of his own. And now he's might actually start targeting this unit to do as much damage as he can to it. Revolver Cav, he's not actually sending it around. Honestly, though, Klayton could have simply used his Cav to take out Superfeather's Marines here, because there was not much support. I mean, only now is Superfeather's Cav incoming here, so there was an opportunity there for Klayton. Looks like he's going to push up straight into the range of the Royal Marines. This is a bit risky, but it may work okay, because this unit is shuffling a lot, so looks like this time around it went okay. And this is a very cost-effective trade for Klayton right now. Getting rid of that Royal Marine is the only 150 range unit of Superfeather, but Superfeather gets a really good charge here with the Yarikis into both 150 range units of Klayton. Gets another charge into them as well. This is huge and could turn it around for Superfeather. Very nice charges. It's getting rid of this Red Bear as well. More Yariki on the field here for Superfeather. This Yariki against the Red Bear here, so eventually the Yariki might end up losing, especially as there's the Yariki coming in here. Oh, but both of those Yarikis routed for Superfeather. But he's using his revolvers now to get rid of the Royal Marines. And this Black Bear is going to be next, the next target. As you can see, the revolvers are doing a great job. And he defended his Red Bears here. So all of a sudden, Superfeather is pulling off some good moves, but still, again, his Yarikis in the center got routed. This Red Bear is going to be off the field. There's a standoff here, which he would be unable to win if he pushes into. He just take too much damage. And now you can see more cap for Klayton coming in. But Superfeather put up a good fight, but right now, he is not going to be able to win it. You see this side is falling for him as Klayton engages the cavalry. And yeah, Superfeather trying his best with this Yariki to stop this Black Bear, but right now there is not much he can do. He's kiting away. He's still got a couple units on the field. But Shrine, or rather Workshop, still in favor of Klayton. Archie-Doja, though, was taken by Superfeather, which did help him. And now Klayton even got the first shot off here, and looks like Superfeather did concede defeat. So that is going to be a 3-1 victory for Klayton. Will advance to the next round. Very nicely done by Klayton there, actually. So congratulations to him for moving on to the next round. Now, of course, we will take a look at the stats. Here we go. Kills. Wow, Klayton's Royal Marines and Black Bears. So this time around, they, for once, were efficient. Revolvers as well. Nice. Superfeather, Royal Marines. Well, early on, they got some damage done without taking too much damage, but still, that was pretty painful for Superfeather. But he played a good match. Honestly, like Klayton wasn't that far ahead of him, even though the score is 3-1. Could have easily been 3-2, I think. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Follow me on social media. I'll see you next time.